So after you finish up with all the other techniques, you got lifting today, you did resist, and now you're going to move on to the last one, which is a graded wash, 2-color. Okay, so you'll notice that that's similar to a graded wash, but with the difference of from 1 color, now you're going to be doing 2 colors. So here's the thing. You need to remember how you started the graded wash. So what was the first thing I did for the graded wash? What technique did I use first? Thank you. Yes, wet into wet. So that means that I have to wet my paper. So the first thing I do is I'm going to come into here and I'm going to wet my paper, just like I did for the graded wash, 1 color. Okay, and essentially what you're doing is you're doing one graded wash on top of another graded wash. So I'm coming in here and I put down my water so that it's nice and moist. Now, just like I did before, I'm going to use red again. So I'm going to start with red. Again, I'm really going to load up the brush with some of the pigment and some of the paint. And I start at the top. Okay, just like I did before. I start at the top and I come across. Okay, pulling the paint down as I go, creating a graded wash. Does that make sense? So in essence, I'm doing what I did over on this side. I'm doing it again over here. Pretty good. But now it's a 2-color graded wash. So it's not that I'm adding a different color down here. I'm adding a different color up here to make it darker. I want you to add the complement. So I'm going to add red's complement, which is what? Thank you very much. So yes, it's green. So I'm going to add a little bit of green. So I'm coming into my palette and grabbing a little bit of green. And now I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to mix it in and bring it down. What's going to happen is you're going to notice that my red starts to get a little bit darker and duller because I'm adding the complement. Does that make sense? And that is a 2-color graded wash. Okay? That's how it starts. Alright? Once it's dry, I'm probably going to add another layer of the red on top of it so that way I can get it to blend in a little bit better, but you get the idea. Okay? So when I look at this over here, this, believe it or not, it's the same blue. Just that here I've added orange to make it a little bit darker. Probably added way too much orange in here. Probably rushed it, and that's why you can't see as much of a value difference. But I could go back in and fix it. But that makes sense. You guys get it? Any questions? No. Remember, graded wash is really good for adding values and create a sense of 3-dimensionality. You guys are going to be using these a lot when you do paintings.